Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today it's time for an April planner update, and this will also be the last video I'll film in a while. If you're new around here, I'm at the very end of my first pregnancy. I actually have a date scheduled for a C-section only a few days after this video goes live, but I'll talk a little bit more about that later. So now let's just jump into the planner. I'm using the A5 sized Hobonichi Day Free this year, which I've been absolutely loving so far. And I started here by quickly adding the monthly tab for April on the empty page section. And after that, let's talk a little bit about the decorations I'm gonna use for the month of April. So I recently launched these digital journaling kits over on my shop, and we're gonna use the one called Sweet Moments in this video, which is kind of the spring inspired one. My shop is technically closed at the moment in terms of all the physical orders because of my pregnancy and soon the arrival of our baby, but I still really wanted to give you a few new options for decorating while I'm gone. And in this video, I want to show you how to use these digital kits, and I'll share some paper options and printing tips I have as well. So there are 5 pages in each journaling kit, and I've printed the first 3 on regular white matte sticker paper. It doesn't need to be sticker paper, but in my opinion, it's just a little bit easier when you don't need to glue everything separately. All the sticker papers I use are from online labels, and I've linked all the specific items in the video description as well, but I'm sure that there are many other options for this type of very basic white sticker paper as well. It's literally nothing special. Then the last 2 pages with these larger patterns or just colored papers are printed on regular plain copy paper. You can use regular copy paper for all of these pages. I think it works perfectly fine. Just make sure that when you're printing, you're choosing the highest possible print quality setting from your printer. I think this is gonna improve the image quality more than choosing a different paper. Just to show you the difference and a little bit more options, I printed the second page on 2 more sticker papers. The second one is printed on the online label's Weatherproof white matte paper, which is more vinyl-like. I think it's hard to see in the video, but the details on this paper are a little bit sharper, and I think the sticker quality is overall thicker and a little bit nicer. And then we have the clear matte paper if you want your stickers on a clear background. I think this is a great paper option that has no glossy sheen, and I quite like it for clear stickers. You might also need to adjust your print color settings a little bit, because unfortunately every printer and even paper options print colors a little bit differently. So it's something that I can't do much about. When it comes to the size of the paper, I've designed all these kits to work on both US letter size and standard A4 size papers. So depending on where you live around the world, you should be able to find paper that works for these kits. The sticker paper I'm using here is US letter size, and the plain copy paper is A4. And all of these sheets are printed at 100% size, which is what I recommend, unless you want smaller stickers for journaling, in which case you can always just make the size smaller. But I think that was pretty much all for the basics. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And now I just started to cut out some images that I wanted to use on the first page we're gonna set up today, which is gonna be a kind of cover or a transition page for April. In the Hobonichi Day Free journal, you have this section of empty pages with no daily information or anything like that. And I like to mark the beginning of a new month with this kind of decorative cover page, which is also where I attach my monthly tab on the side. So this is where I usually like to go for some bigger decorations that don't necessarily fit anywhere else. And this time I chose these hydrangea flowers and this big hummingbird sticker from the second page of this kit. A lot of the decorations in these journaling kits are from my older collections that are not available anymore, but I also added some new stuff and redid some color choices and so on. So I really hope that you enjoy using these kits, especially if there was a collection in the past that you missed and couldn't get your hands on before everything sold out. Cutting these out by yourself is definitely a little bit more tedious than using sticker sheets, so I know it's not ideal if you're short on time, but the good point is that if you have an access to a printer, you can just print as many of these sheets as you want and have an unlimited amount of decorations. Anyway, after finally finding a layout here that I was happy with, I wanted to finish this cover page with a quote that says, "And so the adventure begins." For me, this definitely relates to our baby arriving and our world being turned completely upside down, but I thought that viewing parenthood as this new adventure we are going on was a little bit more fun way to phrase it. So yeah, I think that's all for the cover page. I actually kind of liked how this turned out. I just really enjoy these colors together. But now let's flip to the back of my journal where I have all my Tombow brush pen swatches, and I wanted to show you a few pen colors that I think would suit this kit. So first we have some pinks and lilacs, and I started with light apricot. Then we have carnation, which is a little bit darker pink. And lastly, we have purple sage. For the green colors, I think asparagus and gray green are really good matches because they have this slightly muted undertone. And then I also chose this one darker color called dark plum that I think will be good for some titles or other darker decorations. I swatched all the pens on the left page here, and then I also like to choose a colored ink for the month that I use in the daily journaling section. And this time I chose the Sailor Shikiori ink in the color Tokiwa Matsu, which is this very pretty summery green. I guess it looks quite similar to my previous ink color, which is called Miruai, but when you look at the colors more closely, I think Tokiwa Matsu is definitely a brighter, true green, whereas Miruai is very dark and more blue-leaning. So that's all for the monthly colors this time. I really like how I see my color palette for each month here, and it's also fun to see which pens I tend to gravitate towards more often than others. But now let's jump to the very beginning of the journal to set up the monthly calendar spread. We are again using the journaling kit here, and I also took out this Ciara T Designs number sheet because I decided not to include numbers in these sheets. I just thought that cutting and gluing tiny numbers like this would have been a little bit too much even for the strongest of us. And luckily there are a lot of shops where you can find nice number stickers like these big colorful sheets from Ciara T. Anyway, I started by cutting out these weekday titles, which I designed to perfectly match a regular Hobonichi cousin-sized journal. There are 4 different options for weekday titles in each of these journaling kits, as well as a color-coded collection of other journaling titles you might need throughout the month, so I really hope you'll find these helpful. Then I decided to add some decoration to this upper corner and also to the bottom edge, which I don't typically use for anything functional, so I just end up decorating them. And again, I cut out some small flowers and swan stickers from the journaling kit, and I also used this green blade paper and this flower pattern on the bottom edge. I think this kit definitely has the most soft color palettes. So I'd say that the other bundles have a little bit brighter or darker colors as well, but I do think that these colors are just perfect for spring, and now I'm kind of inspired to make a whole spring collection with this color palette in the future. But after all the decorations, I decided to set up this calendar a little bit. However, my problem is that I have no idea what to write on this calendar at this point. Oh, also, I have no idea what happened here, but my Tombow brush pen cap just suddenly broke. It just came apart in my hand, which has never happened to me before, and I hope it still secures the pen from drying. But anyway, as I mentioned in the very beginning of the video, I'm actually having a planned C-section date on the 6th of April at the moment. And the reason for that is that our baby is still in breech position. I'm over 38 weeks at this point, so there is a very small chance that he will turn during these last days. So it looks like I'm gonna have a C-section. I'm totally fine with it. For me, the most important thing is that he's safe and well. And having this planned date ahead of me kind of makes me feel more at ease in a way, compared to not knowing when I go into labor and how the whole experience is gonna go. Maybe it's the planner in me. But anyway, this means that I'll probably be recovering from the surgery for most of this month, and of course taking care of a newborn baby as well. So I really have no idea what to expect or write down here at the moment. I am gonna take a break from any work, so I won't be filming videos or anything like that for a while. I'm still not sure how long this is gonna be, because I really don't know what to expect as a first-time mom. And even though I don't like it, when I do start to have a bit of time to work again, I do think I need to prioritize my shop before the YouTube channel, because just being honest with you guys, that is how I make money. The YouTube videos alone don't do much, especially for the amount of time and effort they take. So unfortunately, I'll be needing to make some tough decisions regarding my time and priorities for the next little while before I can figure out some kind of consistent work schedule in my life again. So yeah, all I really wrote down here were things for the first week. And I did circle the 6th of April, as you can see, but I couldn't bring myself to write anything down there just yet. Just in case something still happens and changes. I feel like our baby's birthday is too big of a thing to write on a wrong day. So I'll write it down later when I'm absolutely sure about it. So this is how I'll leave the monthly calendar this time. Very empty, but that's fine. And now let's jump back to the April cover spread very quickly. And I kind of wanted to set up this overall monthly planning page next to the cover. We're gonna start with some decorations again, and I went with these items that match the cover page decorations. And after that, I wanted to add these monthly calendars that I'll use as habit trackers for the month of April. I thought it would be very beneficial to have a tracker for walking and core exercises specifically, which I know will be very important to recover from a C-section. And then I just went ahead and added knitting and painting, which might have been completely delusional of me. I'm not expecting to be able to knit or paint much this month, but just on the off chance that we'll have a very chill, easy baby and I have more time for myself when he's sleeping, that I thought I would. I kind of want to have this mentality of continuing some creative hobbies in my limited free time rather than just ending up on a couch watching TV or scrolling social media or something like that. So that's why I added these as well, though they might be completely empty by the end of the month. But then I used the top part of this page to kind of write this small section about my thoughts or focus for this month, which will definitely be one of the most exciting but also nerve-wracking months in my life. Of course, my main focus will be about the baby and my recovery, and I think I'll need to remind myself to take things slowly, especially because I feel like I've been pregnant for a lifetime at this point, and I'm just so ready to be able to move and go out and about without feeling like a beached walrus all the time. But after that, I guess that's all for the April section for this video. I really hope you got some inspiration from these decorations and how to use the journaling kits if you decide to pick them up. And now, before we end the video, let's do a quick flip through of all my March pages and see how everything turned out. In March, I was using these very bright, fun colors and floral decorations, mostly from a shop called Coco Daisy. I'd say that I didn't use my journal that much in March, just because, again, I've kind of really slowed things down. I've only worked a few hours every day and otherwise just really taken the time to relax and focus on preparing our home and stuff like that. But I've still definitely wanted to write down my thoughts and feelings during these last few weeks, because I'm sure that this is something I want to look back on one day. I didn't really make any big weekly pages this month like I've done in the past few months, so I mainly just wrote down a few important tasks I need to get done each week, and otherwise just had these daily entries or general diary type entries whenever I felt like writing. Again, I've been so happy about this empty page approach where I feel like I can do whatever I want without needing to feel guilty about leaving empty pages behind on days when I just don't have time and energy to write anything. So I'm pretty sure I'll continue with this type of flexible journal in the future as well. But anyway, I think that's pretty much all for this video, and as I mentioned, this will be my last video in a while. Thank you so much to all of you who've been leaving kind well wishes and being really supportive during this whole journey. I really hope I'll find a new normal sooner or later and figure out a way to include journaling or painting content in there somehow. And if you're someone who's interested in my shop, I would advise you to join the newsletter so you won't miss when I open it again. I'll update you guys when I finally give birth on the community tab on my YouTube channel, most likely, just to let you know that I'm alive and everything is fine with the baby. But yeah, I guess that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.